In this video, I just wanted to spend some time talking about color balance. You might hear this referenced as white balancing also. Just a really simple sort of concept, but one that is easily overlooked. And if you think about it and incorporate it into your decision making when you're making videos or shooting still photography or something, color balance can really come in handy to do a lot of different things for us, actually. So let's take a look here. Color balance, what I'm really talking about is the global adjustment of color intensities. And normally you're thinking of the colors blue, red, and green, and any combination of those that are going to help us in defining our final image, right? And of course, as camera technology developed, we were able to move from strictly black and white photography and film to, color, and of course, all of the sort of spectrum of color is able to be more accurately represented with better technology, right? But color balance can do a lot of different things for us. Really, the goals of any sort of color balancing for your videos are going to be to render neutral colors correctly, to create consistent color images between, like in a sequence of shots in different locations and a variety of shots, or to articulate mood and sort of further the narrative or the story of whatever content you're putting out there. So here's an example of rendering neutral colors, one of the goals of color balancing. And you can see the difference between these two images. The one on the left is just a little bit more cool, if I was going to use an adjective to describe it. And the one on the right has a little bit more warmth to it. You can see in the background, even though it's out of focus, you can see on the right-hand side, there's this more sort of like brown and orange kind of colors. And the whiteness of the flower petal has a different sort of almost like sandy brightness to it, as opposed to the cool, almost bluish and gray tones on the image on the left. All of this has to do with color balance, specifically white balancing. So with our cameras, we're going to be taking, a slate or a white piece of paper even, and putting that in front of the camera and filling the frame with the white paper, and then using our white balance function on the camera to sort of make sure that in every exposure situation, in every setting, indoor, outdoor, fluorescent lighting, whatever it might be, right, that white is still treated the same, so that the whiteness of our images are consistent, right? Now, there's some reasons why we might want to break those rules, of course, and that's where the really creative stuff can happen. Because we can use that to articulate mood somehow, right? So we can use color balance to sort of reinforce story elements, right? Think of a movie like The Matrix or something, which is, when we're in the world of The Matrix, everything is like gray and drab and bland, so to speak, right? And then in the real world, we get these vibrant colors and all this, right? So there's all these different storytelling elements. There's other films that will say follow different characters and their different perspectives and use a different color balance based on which character it is that we're following around at the moment. So color balance is important because of the consistency that we want to hold in all our different images. And even if we just flip a camera around so we have a different exposure level based on where the sun was or where our lighting source is, we need to make sure that we white balance again and again in every new camera location so that we keep those consistent images. And of course, experiment with breaking those rules so we can have some creative intentions behind that as well. So there's a few words on color balance. Thanks a lot.